Hey guys, Thomas from Team Sakurasou here. Coming at you guys with another Yu-Gi-Oh! Market Watch. I was supposed to do this yesterday, but I was really tired off my first day of my new job, and I thought one video was good enough. I'll give you guys a Market Watch, and tomorrow, you guys are also getting a Photon Hypernova sneak peek opening, so I'll have anywhere from 40 to maybe 50, 60 packs for you guys if I'm lucky. So look forward to that. If you guys enjoy these videos, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe. Let's see if we can get 100 likes on this video. If you're buying any cards on TCG Player or anything on TCG Player, please use my affiliate link down in the description below. Helps out the channel to no additional cost to you. Let me know what I'm going over in this Market Watch on the next one. So let's get right into it. So Therion King Regulus Starlight Rare. So this card dropped to like 140, 150. And I told people to keep an eye on it because that's not too bad. But we have this issue with Defu where there's a lot of these Starlights circulating. Well, right now, the market is not showing that at all. You have near minutes here for about 155, 163. 205. I know some people just want the Starlight for the Starlight's sake, as well as, well, we're getting it at a low price anyway, so it's not that bad just because someone's hoarding it, which has some merit. I think if you want a Therion regular Starlight rare, I thought when it was 120, I said, this is way too low. This is fine. I was actually very shocked to see these below 200 in general. And even right now, I think it's kind of low. It's just Therion hasn't really been doing anything because they came out in Dimension Force, which was before Power of the Duelist, which wasn't a great time. Therion didn't have much time to shine. But Starlight rares right now, not too bad. Disc Coliseum here, these are about, well, for verified here, $3.50 going up to about $5. I always told people to grab these at $3 because this was actually the Money Ultra out of Dimension Force. And it's definitely not a bad card. Pretty nice field spell, so you have to get this too. You also got Lily Borea right over here from Defu as well. $4. I always thought this was going to be like the cheaper one. $4 going up to about $4.50. I always saw this going below 10 when we first got this set. And I actually told people, I'm going to tell you this again. When people want their Therion stuff, they're going to want high rarity, and they're going to want it now. So if archetype / engine does not get reprinted, and it starts going higher and higher, it sees more competitive play, you can play it with a certain deck coming out, then these are going to skyrocket. So $4 for a Lilia, that's not too bad at all. And then you have Endless Argo System here. Some people choose not to play this card. It's like 60, 70 cents to about $1 here. Regular Secret Regulus, I actually thought I had that pulled up. These are like $35, $37. So these touched 40 barely and then went down back to 35. And I remember this card was like 30, 32. And I was like, it could climb its way back up to 40s easily. But it's kind of stuck in the 30s here. I actually want to see how Alba's doing over here. You got Secret Albaz at 20. Well, playset for 20 here, then 22. Not too bad on Alba. Starlight rares are going to be about 170, 200. I told people to get this when it was $100. This was going to be one of the cards that was a buy low, sell high card. So if you got this at $100, well, congrats, you made some money, and we don't know if it's going to dip again. We really don't. I mean, again, there's quite a few of these out there, and Dimension Force is still a set you see at your local card store. So I don't think this is going to go to some stupid number like, say, 400. If it does, then Defu's looking pretty good just to see what Starlight you get, as long as you don't get, what is this, the one that barely pays for the box? Yeah, this one. I remember everybody told me to get this, and when it went up, I had no idea why. I mean, it looks amazing. It's kind of like a Madolche Pendulum card. Not that this could be played with Madolche's kind of, but it has the same aesthetic of desserts. I mean, it's a bakery. I mean, it's the closest thing Madolches are ever going to get to a Starlight rare, right? So I personally wanted a copy when it was cheap, just for my own collection, as well as I don't really have any pendulums in my collection besides like one ulti, and that's by choice. I don't really care about collecting high rarity pendulums. They don't look that great to me. They're like convoluted. Maybe if they were full art, maybe they'd look a little cooler, but who knows? But yeah, $57, $58, not bad. Minerva, some more of these super rares are actually on the market here, and I'm actually quite shocked to see 5 listings. You have Light Play here for 2,300. I mean, okay. You got BGS 9 here. It's unfortunate they went to BGS and not say PSA, but what could you do? I mean, it's a graded prize card for 3,200. I don't think anyone's going to complain. You could get one here for 3,500 as well. I'm telling you this right now. You might as well just grab this one because it's graded. It's a 9. It's not bad. But 2,300 for a light play. It's weird seeing these pop up on the market. I mean, there's two by the same person, mind you, but I'm actually kind of shocked to see a raw for 3,000 and then a graded BGS 9 for like 250 more. But what do I know? Minerva, the XL Lightsworn secret rare. So some people, I always say this is a penny stock, and I always tell people it would have had some sort of movement or buyout by now. This card used to be like $10 to $12, and it was like stabilizing. Now for near mids, about $8 going up to 10. Can it go up eventually? Yeah. I don't think getting a copy is bad. I mean, this is the most accessible copy, and people are going to view this as the affordable high rarity. I say affordable high rarity because besides a secret rare, this just has prize cards. So if they ever print this card to say like a random ultra in Battles of Legends, which would be a pretty cool idea. This card has definitely been around for years at this point. This does need a reprint pretty badly. Not in a rush because nobody's really looking at this card, but would be great to see. Secret rares, $7, $8 to $10. If you grab one or two just to be on the safe side, it's not a bad idea. Number 23, Lancelot, Dark Knight of the Underworld. It's a level 8, so you know what that means. This card, it attacks directly for 2k, which is nice, and when it inflicts battle damage, you target face-up monster your opponent controls and destroy it, so it's kind of cute. I always like these. It can attack directly, and when it does, it can do something cute, right? Once per turn, during either player's turn, though, when a spell, trap, or another monster effect is activated, you detach a material from this card and negate the activation. I actually think this is like one of the more busted rank 8s that nobody's talking about. Like, literally, it is a Omni negate, right? Oh, just negate and destroy, right? But it attacks directly, as long as it has some XYZ material. And, oh, by the way, Omni negate's quick effect, right? It's not just like, oh, it's just on your turn, so it's like, oh, your opponent won't activate anything on your turn unless they can activate multiple things. Not once during either player's turn, and it attacks directly for 2k. These right now are about $4.32, going up to $6, and this is for the super rares. Now the manga promos, which by the way, I actually really miss and love when people do manga promos. Because if I remember correctly, Europe got these. It wasn't like Shonen Jump where they would get the cards like a while later. Like I remember Altergeist wasn't a big deck in EU till a lot later because they didn't have Link Karibo. But I do miss these a lot. Most of them were stolen from like Barnes and Nobles whenever I want to get them. But they were cool. $14 here, going up to about $15s, going up to $18 here. For your number 23s, not too bad honestly. Blackwing Armor Master Starlight Rare. People are buying this out because it's a Blackwing card. You could play it in Edison. In fact, I actually need them for Edison. Starlight Rares are 165. Battles of Legends Crystal Revenge. It's so funny because I feel like this set would have been mid if it wasn't for the Starlight Rares and the decision they made with the Starlight Rares. It's not that these reprints are bad. They just don't, some of them, they don't all sell a set. Like Chaos Space could kind of help sell a set. Selene helps sell a set. Right, some hero stuff people are going to buy. Maybe a little bit of tunes here and there. But, Kisa Kill's a great reprint. Not going to sell a set. Hades was... I don't know why they waited over a decade to reprint this card. But it's not going to help sell a set. You guys get the point here. But a lot of good hitters here. I'll say that. Actually, there's one more thing I want to check out before we go to all the other rarities of Blackwing Armor Master. I want to check out our little penny stonk number 100. If you don't know, I would get quite a few of these. This card, even when it got reprinted in the complete series as a ultra rare and then all three colors, blue, purple, and green, they were all about $1. All of the rarities rose up to 10 plus at one point, which is insane to me. Because usually the complete series, unless it's something that's a meta staple or was a meta staple / could be a competitive card, usually it gets killed by those kinds of reprints. 128 listings here. They're about, well, you got 3 here for 25 cents, but they're about 60 cents. I told people to get these around 30 something cents. It looks like they're selling around a $0.50. Kind of closer to like a $0.25 here, and they are selling. I mean, if we look here, someone bought 5, 7, 5, 12 right over here. Let's load this. 21, 8, 19, 23, and yeah, that's it for January, for just February, right? So we're not even done with the third day, so it's like 2.5 days of February, and it has all these sales already. I mean, this is definitely a card to look at, and I think that a lot of people already got the bulk of this set of what they need, roughly. And it's still selling like crazy. 1324 here. You know, you go over here. You know, they kind of tried to rise to $1, but again, a lot of Crystal Revenge is getting opened. 160 right here. So people are also buying this in bulk. Like, this card moves, so make sure you get your copies while you can. I get quite a few. Blackwing Armor Master Ultimate Rare. I actually, funny fact, actually had one of these, but back when I was in a little stitch for money, I looked at my collection like, okay, what do I need to get rid of? And I got rid of mine for 40 because I had to. I can't even say, oh, do you regret it? No, I needed the money. 94 for lightly plays. Near mint are 120. Personally, I know the Starlight Rare looks nice, but if you have a Starlight Rare, try to trade for an ulti. I just think that Armor Masters at that price point are just ridiculous. And I think this ulti is also going to be seen as something to grab. But the ulti has, what, 10 plus years on, actually over 10 years on the Starlight Rare. And how many people prefer ulti over Starlight? You to get the decision making. So if you have a Starlight Rare Armor Master, I would get one of these lightly plates or even one of these near mints for 120. Let's see. Secret rares going to the moon. $65. Nope. Armor Master, by the way, I love how in Crystal Revenge, by the way, right over here, they reprinted, what was he called here? The full Armor Master, if I can find him, right over here. They reprinted this one, but they decided to just ignore every other Blackwing extra deck monster. It's the biggest problem I have with Crystal Revenge. Just really stupid. Supers are 18, going up to 22, 25 over here. Oh no, Crimson Crisis. At least these are OGs. You got 2 lightly played unlimiteds for 24 if you really need them, but $41. Yeah, this card, when it gets a reprint, it's going to be glorious. Blackwing Armor Master Golds, these are about $20 here. I'm actually very shocked they didn't put this as a common in OTS 21. Something we actually are going to go over right over here. But, you know, the commons were actually 10 out of 10. So, the commons, mind you, not the supers or ultis. But, you know, yeah, $18 for a light play gold. No, thank you. Fenrir, this has dipped because a lot of people are trying to get rid of theirs because of the ultis. Now, these are 59, going up to 60. I mean, the issue is, and this is what people don't realize, is that this card wasn't going to drop like crazy because if we have an example to compare this to, which is Water Enchantress. Now, Water Enchantress was about $60, pretty similar to Fenrir at its peak. And when it got an ulti now, yes, they dropped, but ultis were trying to sell for 80s and ultras were about 50. And slowly but surely they went down. Ultis went to about 50, 60, ultras went to 30s, right? You know, mid 30s. Ultis went to 40s, ultras went to 24, 22, something like that. And then when ultis went to 35s, 35 to 25, ultras went down to as low as $10, right? Now, to be fair, the one thing that you really can't compare with Adventure and Kashtira is that Kashtira is going to be tier 1. The Brave engine was exiting the meta when it got an ultimate rare. So, people are going to want their ultis, yes, but they need their ultras now. And Photon Hypernova is next week, officially. So, everyone wants to play the deck. The people who already have their finishes are going to be like, well, I just want to play the deck. At this point, I'll get ultis when I win them off my OTS packs when I decide to play Kashtira at locals. Because you're going to go at least X1, I think. As long as you're not that bad or some bricks happen that, like, you know, Dueling Network is jealous of, you're probably going to get X1. So, oh, I'll just win my ultis later or something like that. So this card, is it going to drop? Yes. But slowly and not as bad as Water Enchantress. Kashtira Unicorn from Darkwing Blast. A lot of people thought that this was going to be the ultimate rare, including me, because when these got leaked, the leaks were ultimate rare Kashtira Unicorn, ultimate rare Sprite Elf, something I actually like, and I actually liked it more than Sprite Blue, and ultimate rare Rhino Heart. The same person who leaked these actually leaked 20 and got all 3 correct. So I was like, okay, this leak, it looks pretty sound. I would put my money on it, right? And a lot of people did, right? Because when a leaker is credible, people tend to put more faith in them, right? That's for any type of medium, usually. And when we saw the actual list, I thought Kashtira Unicorn was going to get bought out. Mind you, I have more on OTS 21, including what I think of the supers, the commons, all that in my last video, so go check it out. These are about 26s here. If we go verified here and we go near mints, there's 37, 26. These, going up to about 28s over here. 30s. I mean, a lot of people already have what they need for Kashtira Unicorn, but honestly, if I were a person who had Kashtira Unicorns, I would hold on to them. I think that this card will go up because people are still going to want their unicorns, and the only way to get that is Darkwing Blast, right? So I would definitely, if you don't have unicorns, like let's say you're like, oh, well, it's going to be the ulti, I'll wait, right? And now you see that it's ulti Fenrir, go grab the unicorns. If you are considering playing Kashtira in any way, shape, or form, grab your unicorns. If you change your mind, they're probably going to be worth double what you paid for, at least 40s. And this card is way too hot to not be able to get rid of for anything. So, Sprite Blue. Now, someone told me that, oh, they're glad that this is the ulti. And I keep hearing that, and I've seen how it looks. I've seen the ulti swirl, but I don't trust US Konami product quality. We're not getting that ulti. We're getting an ulti that doesn't look like that with a bent corner and whiting on every single corner. That's the Sprite Blue we're getting, all right? We're going to be blue in the face when we see the product quality, okay? We're not getting that nice little European Sprite Blue. No. They have product quality over there. Get back over here, all right? You're getting your cards light to mob play, and you're going to enjoy it. Anyway, secrets are still money. I don't really believe that. If you have spares, I definitely sell them at 40. Sprite Elves, again, I think this card should have been the ulti because Konami really didn't want to make that OTS pack generic at all. I don't find anything I actually want in it. If I pull Fenrir's, I just feel like they're going to be at a price point where I'm like, I'm not going to get the other two. And if I ever want to get the other two, they're going to be at a way lower price. So I might as well just sell whatever I pull or grab or something like that. But Elves here, which, again, should have been the ultimate rare. It's generic. You could play in Tribegate, for example. 19s. In fact, if we go first editions here, 19 listings, 20. And this card is going up. People think this was the ultimate rare, and they were wrong. Starters are about 6s here. I told people to get these at like 3s. I was like, yeah, this is definitely the card to grab. Now they're about 6s for first ed, 7 up to 8. So if you grab them at 3s, I mean, 7's a sweet spot to sell. That's a very sweet spot. God Slime over here. I wanted to check up on this garbage. Someone was like, why is this money? Honestly, Rage of Raw released so long ago. And there was 1 or 2 cards people kind of saw that was cool. This being one of them. The other one being the Ghost Shirt. But collectors already got all their stuff because it was so plentiful in the market that wasn't even funny. Like, literally, this was one of the worst. This was the worst Legendary Duelist in my opinion. It'll age better than something like Synchro Storm and other stuff, but on release, by far the worst. $50 for your slime. If you have this, sell it. It's garbage. Lambda, these are $3. If we go verified near mints, though, $2.25. Going up to 3s, going up to 5s over here. It's not a bad card to get 2 or 3. I don't think this card's that good. I know that it has seen a little bit of competitive play, but I just feel like there's so many better links to be playing. You're putting Lambda because you don't know. You either are watching what someone else puts in their deck, or you're just putting something there because you can't figure out a slot. Like, this card, could it be used in the future? Possibly, right? Because what you're able to do is, if Psychic Monster controls banished, face up while you control this monster, you search a side frame card for your deck, right? Which could be good because since you could activate Gamma, Gamma, even if you control monsters with this link. Let's say I'm playing some sort of Psychic deck and I could go into Lambda. You do get a search of a monster negate, right? That is pretty cool, right? In all honesty, right? So it's not the worst card, but it's very specific. However, it goes up and down all the time. So if you want to grab them at $2, $3, it's definitely more of a buy low, sell high card. Because how many times have Lambda been bought out? I want to say 4. Which, again, this card's been out for, I think, 4 years. So that's like once a year, but racks up. Black Cells just sold their ultimate rare here. Come here. Oh, surprise appearance by Kitty. You have anything to say? Nah, not. All right. Knocked my mic over, but that happens. Blackluster sold their ultimate rare here. These are actually about 50. I went over these when they were like 47, 48, and I was like, that's low. That's very, very nice. They're bouncing back up to 67. So if you want a cheaper copy at 50, Blackluster Soldier of Chaos, Ghost Rare over here. Now, this was the rave back when it first came out. I was actually very shocked to see the ulti, and I was so glad I did not get a Ghost, because I was planning on it, which really was funny. These are 110, 120. That's not bad for this card. If you ever really wanted it, I just think this card was made for ulti. That's why I don't want a Ghost Rare anymore, because the ulti looks so gorgeous. And I know if I get a Ghost Rare, it's going to sit in a binder while I play with the ulti. And at that point, I might as well have that money into something else that's going to age a lot better. In Yu-Gi-Oh, you could do a lot with $110 when it comes to getting one piece to collect. Of course, you could spread it on multiple cards. There's multiple ultis that you can get that can go up. Don't get me wrong, but 110 for collecting, that's not bad. To have, just spare. Hero Secret Rare over here from House of Legend. These are 32, 34. I mean, these cards were money for so long, and people don't want to relinquish their originals. So these, I'm not saying it can't survive about. It probably can, especially because if this card somehow matches the ulti again, or goes higher than the ulti, which has happened once briefly, people are going to sell their copies. But a lot of people actually love how this card looks in Ghost Rare. Like, there's people who prefer Ghost, prefer ulti, and prefer Ghost Rare. Are, you know, secret, I should say. The fact that Konami made such an amazing looking card that the community has its favorites. Now, granted, I think the people in the secret are in a very small minority where that's their favorite rarity for this specific card. But they're out there more than you think. So it's something cool to see. And then you have the Mama version, right? I wasn't going to go over this, to be honest, because I'm like, oh, it's what, $200 for some stupidity, right? So 70. I mean, if ultis are 66 and this is 70, this is another contender for ulti. And the Mama Secrets are different because that's a different foiling. And if you like that foiling, which some people do, $70 is not that bad, as well as it is a rare version to grab. It definitely is something that you're not going to see a lot of people see. If you want to play Mama version cards that are these secret Pharaoh's rares, you're probably not going to see anyone with it, especially the same card. Is this worth it? I'm keeping an eye on it because it's selling, right? People, it's got to a point where it's like, okay, people are like, yeah, 60s, 70s, that's a fine price, right? If you could get this for cheaper, I actually think it's good. Like, if you see this at locals and and someone doesn't want it, and they're like, yo, honestly, just give me 50 for it, right? 55 even, right? If they want 60, again, you're getting the card $10 cheaper anyway. But some players, they're just, you know, if they see someone who's interested in a card, they might just be like, look, normally I want 85%, but I just want the cash, and I don't want to deal with this card no more, right? I've been there, you've been there, every player's been there, where they're just like, get this out of my binder. Kind of like Gishki DT cards, right? Where like people are just looking at these like, yeah, nobody wants these DT Gish. Not many people want these DT Gishki cards. I don't know how to sell online, or I just don't want to go through all that hassle. Just give me something for it and call it a day, because I probably have this in my bulk anyway. Toon Blackluster Soldier Ultra Rares. These are about $10 for first editions. Now, collectors definitely like the secret rares, but remember, Toon Chaos was the hottest set when it came out, and is one of the hottest collector sets, I would say, and probably one of the hottest side sets in the game, period, by far. It's in my top 5, I'll tell you that. Love this archetype. $10 for Ritual Ultra, that's not too bad. Then you got secrets at about $745. Again, this is something that's not bad to stock up on. Like, people think that this is a card that you should get rid of now. I've actually talked to a few other vendors, and it's definitely 50-50, where they're like, yeah, we want some, but we don't want to hoard them, or no, we're getting rid of this card, or hey, this card is definitely a $20 card, right? And I agree with the latter half. I definitely see this card going up. Definitely get your place at what I can. If you go verified, actually 69 listings, 7's going up to about 7's with shipping, right? It's not like this card's in a hurry to be money, but it will age, right? Is this card going to get bought out next week? Probably not. I say probably because, look, I've been a little more wrong this year than I thought. Granted, I'm mostly right usually, right? I have to stroke my own ego. I'm a YouTuber, obviously, but hey, you never know, right? So knock on wood, this is a card that I would be planning on getting soon. If you don't have any copies, just get a playset to hold on to and then figure out if you want more later on. We also have Bookmark here at about what, like $1? Yeah, $1.50, $2. Nice that this card's at least having a little bit of value. And that's the better one. Flip isn't as good. Which it is still a good card, but about $1.50 here, $1.75. Definitely a card that you're going to want to grab. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this Marco watch. If you did, smash that like button, subscribe. If you're buying anything on TCG Player, please use my link down in the description below. Helps out the channel to no additional cost to you. And let me know what I'm looking at in the next Marco watch in the comment section below. Photon Hypernova sneak peek tomorrow. And hopefully I can get the lighting right for my opening. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.